guys, my name is Jigyasa and I have recently turned 18, and here are 18 lessons that I have learned in 18 years of my life that I genuinely want to share with you guys. So here's our lesson number 1. You never know when somebody is going to show their true colors. Yes, you heard that right. No matter how much you know somebody, people change like that. People change, they reveal their true colors. You will get hurt, you will get disappointed, get used to it. You might think that, oh my god, I thought she was my best friend. I can't believe that she was bitching about me at my back. Well, surprise! Unfortunately, our world is full of chameleons like that. But the only thing that you have to remind yourself whenever this kind of stuff happens is that everything happens for a reason and it is happening in your best interest. And remember, the faster you lose people, the faster you are going to meet your genuine ones, your real ones. And yes, I know that it hurts when people's attitude towards us suddenly change, but why would you want to be with such kind of people anyway? And you know what? I secretly enjoy it. I just love when people reveal who they really are, because it just saves me a lot of time, because thank you for showing me who you really are, because now I know that what kind of people I would never want to meet in my life ever again. Being popular is not going to give you the long-term satisfaction. Yes, you are going to be the center of attraction of some places, but you might come across as someone really ordinary in some other places. But that's okay, because that's just life. At the end of the day, just focus on the people who actually loves you, cares about you, always there to encourage you, because they are the real gems in your life, and that's what actually matters. Fame and popularity is only going to give you short-term happiness and satisfaction. It's not going to be for long. Learn to accept people just the way they are. And this is a big one. I have learned this the hard way, truly. Sometimes we create a version of somebody inside our head, but in reality, they were never that person. It only exists in your head. So when they don't meet those expectations, we get hurt. And that is why we should never ever fall in love with the idea of somebody. You have to teach yourself to look at people objectively. You can never get hurt once you start looking at people objectively and not subjectively. And this is not only about romantic relationships, it applies to friendships as well. Detachment is the key to everything. If you have even a little bit knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, you would know that Bhagavad Gita mainly revolves around detachment. Why is it that Lord Krishna put so much emphasis on nothing but detachment? Detachment truly is the key to everything. I don't care what is it that you are going through in your life right now. Depression, anxiety, financial stress, relationship stress. 99.9% of your problems will be solved once you master detachment. And yes, it looks different to different people in different aspects. You know, we have detachment in career, in relationships, even in manifestation, and you have to master it in all aspects. And yes, it's definitely not easy, it takes time, but once you master it, it's truly life-changing. And if you have no idea about what detachment is, you can go and check out this video. It's fully dedicated to detachment. Stop consuming a lot of advice. Consuming a lot of advice can make you go insane. You know why? Because there are a lot of opinions out there in the world. But the best piece of advice that you will ever get is the one from your own life experiences. Your biggest teacher is your own life. You guys have to understand that those great advices from great people are based on their unique life experiences and unique mistakes. But your situation might be completely different. So it is your duty to pause and ask yourself that, is this advice applicable in my own life? For example, on one hand, Jimmy will tell you that if you really love somebody, then you should fight for that love. But on the other hand, Bob will tell you that if you truly love somebody, then you should learn to let them go. But then what the hell are you supposed to do exactly? I don't know, your parents don't know, your friends don't know, your siblings don't know, and Bob doesn't know. Maybe your heart is screaming to you that, you know what, I want to give it one last chance. I want to give it one last try. What if it works out? Or maybe your heart is begging you to stop, that you know what, I can't take this anymore, I'm done, I'm tired. Then you know that it is time to let go. So it's about what you want, not Bob. You should never follow someone's advice blindly. Sometimes it's best to follow your own heart, your own intuition, and your own soul. And of course, you're not going to be right 100% of the times, you know. Of course, you're going to make mistakes. And if you don't make any mistakes, then how are you ever going to learn? Do not obsess over your studies or becoming a topper. Suppose there's person A, okay, the ultimate topper, studies 24/7 and does literally nothing except of studying. And then there is person B who is also good in studies, might not be the ultimate topper, might not be getting 99 or 100%, but is a good student, and at the same time, this student is doing so many other activities. This student is also spending their time in developing their personality and doing extracurriculars like sports, learning a new language, learning a high income skill, and many more based on their interest. Who do you think is going to win in the real world? in the real world, okay? I'm not talking about getting your name written on the blackboard of your class and receiving some certificates here and there. Now, those things are great, absolutely proud of you. But one day you are going to get out of your school and all this academic validation is not going to matter anymore. Literally, nobody is going to give a single F about your academic validation. If you are a kind of student who does absolutely nothing except of studying, then you are in a big trouble, buddy, because one day you have to step outside into the real world and you are going to get the biggest reality check ever. You are going to regret spending all your time in studying only because you were so much worried about your academic validation and your tag of being a topper. Now, this lesson links to my next lesson, which is, do marks matter? Yes, they do. I am not a kind of person who will sit here and tell you that marks don't matter, because honey, they most definitely do. Your marks do not necessarily define your intelligence, but it defines how much hardworking you are and how much willing you are to achieve something in your life. Because imagine you are going for an interview and the interviewer asks you about your grades and your response is like, you know what, my grades don't define me. Like, literally shut up and leave. Even if you have no idea about what you want to do in your life yet, studying is always a good backup plan. Yes, there are people who have it all figured out. They are very sure of what they want to do in life, what they want to become. For example, they are very much interested in sports. Then there are people who are very much interested in music. And it's okay if their grades are not that high, but for you the situation is different, so think smarter. Start with whatever you have. If you are waiting for the right timing, for the right people, for the right thing, or for the right opportunity, then you are doing nothing but just increasing the gap between you and your goal. It's very easy to make excuses, okay? It was very easy for me to say, oh, I don't have an expensive camera, oh, I don't have a good quality mic, and therefore not starting my YouTube channel. But I did it anyway. Yes, I'm aware about the fact that my video quality and my sound quality is not that great, but you know what, I started my channel anyway because I truly believe that at the end of the day, what matters is the message that I want to share with you guys. Stop making excuses and start with whatever resources that you have around you. You just have to set the intention, the rest will eventually fall into place. A person who always blames others always remains stuck in their life, and a person who blames themselves is halfway there. But a person who blames no one and just keep going is the one who will actually make it in life. Remember, the more you will complain, the more you will suffer. Because the more you complain, the more you are going to keep attracting things in your life to complain about, because that's just the law. Never ever take criticism from someone who is not even doing half the amount of hard work that you do. Constructive criticism is essential, yes, because they will help you to grow in life, but learn to ignore some opinions sometimes. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned in my life is that if you want to keep somebody in your life, let's say a friend, then you have to have an open heart. See, there's a very fine line between having expectations and having standards. Of course, you should have standards in both friendships and relationships, but when it comes to doing efforts for the other person, then you cannot expect the same amount of efforts in return. It's a relationship, it's a friendship, not a competition. Somebody's way of showing affection can be different than yours, and it's completely fine. Knowing that this person can leave your life at any given moment, even hurt you at any given moment, but you still decide to love them, to care for them and show your affection, I think it's the purest form of love. Worst thing that you can do to yourself is taking things personally. Because these people telling you that you are not good enough, you are stupid, you are this and that, when they don't even know themselves, is completely irrelevant. Also, don't take rejection personally, because rejection is always redirection. And what somebody else thinks or feels about you has got nothing to do with you. It does not define your self-worth. The world does not revolve around you. That's it. Yes, you are the main character of your life and you should be, but others are also the main characters in their life. Yes, there are some people who are really curious about you and your life because they are obsessed. Some of them are your haters while others are your admirers. But eventually, everyone is here to live their own life and they have got their own problems to deal with. Today, they are obsessed with you, but tomorrow they might see you as someone completely ordinary. So yes, at the end of the day, no one gives a shit about what's going in your life. And by the way, it's not something to be sad about. Realizing this will actually give you so much freedom to do whatever you want to do in your life, because no one effing cares. The more you focus on yourself, the less you care about idiots. It's as simple as that. You can never obsess over anybody else if your own life is filled with excitement, joy and love. And you can create all of that for yourself, by yourself. You don't need anyone. Remember, happiness is a choice and it can be created on your own. I promise you that you are not missing out on anything in your life. So all these people of your age telling you that if you don't experience this right here, you are never going to experience this in your life ever again. This is the biggest lie that someone can ever tell you. You know what the truth is, that if something or someone is meant for you, nothing in this universe can take that away from you. So no, you are not missing out on anything. And once you adopt to this mindset, you can never experience FOMO in your life ever again. And I talk about this in detail in this video of mine. You can check it out. I also talk about different types of FOMO and how you can overcome them and some mindset shifts. I personally think that this is one of the best video on my channel yet. Definitely check it out. Get off your damn social media. I promise you guys, ever since I've unfollowed every single unwanted person on my social media, I have never felt more amazing in my life. And you know why? Because think about it, social media is literally the root cause of everything. You feeling insecure, low, bad about yourself, even you experiencing FOMO is all because of social media. Once you get yourself out of that, of course 50% of your problems are solved like that, because now you are not comparing yourself to anyone, now you're not experiencing FOMO. Most importantly, now you don't give a single F about what's going on in somebody else's life. If you ask me what's the worst thing a person can do to themselves, I would say it's worrying about other people's opinions. And why is that? Well, I'm not going to over exaggerate this. Just check out this video and you will know what I'm talking about. Finally, the 18th lesson, so here it is. Detachment, being in the present moment, meditation, and yoga. These are the four things, well, not things, these are the four medicines that are literally the solutions to all your problem. I don't care whatever that might be. These things are your ultimate answers to any of your problem. I promise you. So go and educate yourself on these topics. You know what? I'm also going to talk about these things a lot in my upcoming videos. So stay tuned, and I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. And once again, नए साल की बहुत शुभकामनाएं. I'm sending a lot of positivity to all of you. Thank you so much if you have watched the entire video till the end. You are the real one. Anyways, God bless you guys, and I will meet you in my next video.